Hello there, welcome to another Donger deck discussion with your host from the Dongers of Runeterra, Sith Holocron. So, I have decided there are just really two regions that I absolutely love. One is Demacia and one is Shadow Isles. Now, if you've seen any of my decks, you know that I really have enjoyed doing everything like MF Scouts and Demacia Elites and then Ruination decks. Harrowing decks, all this sort of kind of carry on. And I thought, wouldn't it be really good if we could try and make an aggro deck out of both of them? And see how we actually get on just with the cards that we've actually got. Like, so this is a deck you could probably build without any Targon cards in it at all. This is just Demacia and it is just Shadow Isles. So I took 20 of the cards that I thought were really good from each region, put them all in, had a little tinker, and I came up with this. So let's see if this is actually worth doing. Every Donner deck review that we do, we start at the very top and we work our way down. I say why the thing is in the deck, and off we go. So why even stop? In the end, I went more Shadow Isles because I thought, if I'm making a proper aggro deck, then the best thing to probably do is to put in Lucian and Senna. And then I've got the sneaky feeling that Thresh has always been my favourite Shadow Isles champion. And he is, because every time another unit dies that's a champion, if he levels up, which is very, very easy to level up in a Shadow Isles deck, he brings out a champion the first time he attacks. So you don't mind losing Lucian, because he will level up, as long as you've got him on the board. And then you can do all the normal Shadow Isles tricks anyway. So I knew I was definitely going to have Curse Keeper and Ravenous Butcher in the deck, and Ravenous Butcher is the first card that we're going to show you right now. To play me, you kill an ally, and the ultimate thing to do is to maybe put down something like this guy on one. You would like either one of these on one, and you would like this, and maybe a Lucian. And that's your ideal opening hand, and see what you get. But there's a reason why. In a real world, you want the Mage Seeker Conservator. He's a last breath unit. Last breath meaning that as soon as he dies, something triggers. And you create in hand a 6+ cost spell from a region other than Demacia, of which there are so many good spells costing 6, like Remembrance, for instance, like Stand United, but I can't because that is from. I'm pretty sure Stand United is Ionia, so you could get it. Ravenous Butcher onto Curse Keeper on turn 2 gives you this unit and this unit for 7 probable damage. They will probably block one of them. They'll probably block the Curse Keeper's Abomination. That's fine. But because he's so big, he'll stay alive. And this guy will probably maybe get killed if they're just looking to trade. But you get a really excellent thing from that. So this onto this is one of the best Shadow Isles tricks that you can actually do in the game. However, there are other tricks that this deck does as well, including playing Oblivious Islander. And he's a cracking little card. So he's there fishing away in his little boat. And, kind of chilling out. He wants to be a hobbit. He's got some fishies, needs some potato, but doesn't really get any, so he's just having fish in his pipe. Grant an ally in hand Ephemeral and reduce its cost by 1. Now, Oblivious Islander was brilliant in Callista decks and in Hecarim decks, but I wanted a couple of 1-drops, and I didn't want to play Bark Beast, because I don't think Bark Beast fits in this deck as well as he does. So I can literally Cursed Keeper this, make it Ephemeral, and whether you use it on offense or defense, it will then go pop and become that. which is awesome if you haven't got one of these. It's also awesome if you haven't got, there are ways to just do things in this deck that's really kind of cool. Anyway, let's go on with the deck. Curse Keeper, he's easily my favourite 2-drop in Shadow Eyes. He's fantastic. He's 3 of, as is the Mage Seeker and the Oblivious Islander. The Ravenous Butcher is only good as a 2 of, and we're running 2 Glimpse Beyonds, kill an ally to draw 2. I was normally always running 3 Glimpses. I'm now thinking that 2's probably, in this kind of meta at the minute, especially with all the Targon going on, that 2's probably enough. And then we go to our other champion. So this is Lucian, and when he's seen 4 allies or an allied Senate die, he levels up and goes to double attack. And then the first time an ally dies, you rally. So he's got all the good Demacian keywords in there. Rally, double attack, quick attack. But the thing I like about him the most is he sees 4 allies die, and he levels. Which is just madness. Madness. Yes, he's only got 2 health, but he is brilliant. And when he dies, we have Thresh to bring him right back out again. So if he levels, even if he goes to the 4-3, he'll come back leveled, which is fantastic. This, however, is a card you might not have seen. And if you have, congratulations, because I never really rated this until I built this deck and thought, you know what, let's give this a go. So he's a support card, and if you've been getting your behind tapped by supports like Shen and Lulu and Tarek and all that sort of stuff, this guy's good. Now, this guy is pretty good. He's beefy. He's a 3-2 for 2 mana. He has pretty much made an impact in this because he gives not only my supported ally +2 power. Can you see where we're going to put this beside? He's now a 3-1. He's a 3-1. And then ephemeral, so he goes pop anyway. But he now becomes something that you might have to block, which is even better because now he's a threat. People let the 1-1 go through because they don't want to see the 4-3. This is the other way we are getting our Curse Keepers to become the amazing Escaped Abomination. And you can't run Lucian without Senna. Senna immediately levels the second Lucian dies. Thank you. And she becomes double attack with +1/+1. So she's like a mini champion. She's like mini me. Oh, thank you. I'll now be a 5-3. That's fantastic. And she double attacks just like Lucian does. So these two are in tandem. They are such a lovely couple. You know, they really are. They are just great together. So that then led me to... Now, imagine me being able to like kill things, do stuff, and all that sort of stuff. And I am rapidly becoming very attracted to the Undying. Now, he cannot block, and he's a 2-2. But if it does die, then he comes back the next round start and grant me 1/1 for each time I've died. I've had Undyings coming out at 5/5s. And if you have 2 of them coming out at 5/5s or a 5/5/4/4, they're now issues. And they know that even if they block them and kill them, they're coming back the next round. Now, no, they can't block. No, you don't really want any more than 2, but we're running 3 of these to try and get the 2 onto the board. That's the whole thing of it. And again, we can use Glimpse Beyond to kill it. And then it comes back the next round, 1 up, 1 down. And if that isn't good enough, we're also running Chronicler of Ruin. And this is the best thing in the deck, no matter what we've all spoke about before. Dropping this on that, I just think is hilarious. Because not only does the Chronicler kill it, which automatically makes it an Escaped Abomination, it then revives it, which means you get a new Cursed Keeper, which can be killed and turned into an abomination. The synergy of death and destruction of your own units to make bigger, more horrible units has been the one thing that has attracted me to Shadow Wilds more than anything else, and this deck is doing it in the best way that I've probably made in about the last 2 months. So I'm taking the good cards of death and destruction to make my deck grow. And the more my deck grows, you don't know whether to take out a Lucian, you don't know whether to take out a Senna, you don't know whether to take out the Dabe. But we've also got 2 of these. So I've reduced the spells down to put in more units. We want to be an aggro deck. We want to put things straight across. We will throw things out almost open attacked all the time after you drop 1 unit and go. Until later rounds where you can maybe drop 2 units and then go. We should have enough units to be able to block things off when they return fire. Things are all looking rosy in the Shadow Garden. Grasp, however, was always a thrill for me, same with Glimpse Beyond. However, we're only running 2 of it. But the fact that you get to drain 3 from any unit, which is enough to, like, you know, if you're up against Callista, that's a dead Callista if she hasn't leveled, and your Nexus goes up by 3. So, I mean, we're talking serious value for 2. But this is in the same thing as Thresh. And Thresh, once you see 6 units die, I mean, he's already a challenger. The first time I attack this game, summon another attacking champion from your deck or hand, which, let me remind you, if you have Lucian on the board, he will bring out another Lucian. And if Lucian is leveled, he's another quick attack. And then if something dies, you will rally. Oh, it's such a good deck. And then we end up with things to ruin people's days. Vengeance will just take a unit completely off the board and can often be the best 7 mana spent in this deck. You can just take out that thing that is just really annoying the pants off you right off the board. And then people tilt, probably pass, and then it's your turn to go forward again, which is superb, which then leads us into our 4 cards that cost 9. Ruination just kills everything. Just absolutely kills everything. The ideal time to drop Ruination is when you have a Thresh in hand. Because then you can bring out another champion, especially if he has leveled. It is fantastically good. That has won me several games in the testing that I've done this week with this deck. And the fact that we're also running Ledros, because now we are back into a slow meta. There was a very small amount of burst aggro that was going through after people stopped making the bazillion Targon decks and started going, right, what else can we actually make here? There's a few uber aggro endures, all that sort of stuff. But you're looking at getting to around round 8, round 9, and being able to drop a fearsome 9/6 that deals damage to the enemy Nexus half to its health rounded up, and then when it dies it just goes back to your hand, is absolutely just ridiculous. Like, that is just yuck. I mean, it's horrid. And when you're playing against a deck, especially like the Aurelian Soul decks, that need to be at least 9, if they're not playing like the All Dragons cost 1 less card, you can drop this down. They can still be on 20 health and all of a sudden they're at 10. It will probably get wiped out. You then put it down and then he's down to 5. Brilliant. Just a brilliant end game unit. And, you know, look at this, guys. Look at that. You know, it just looks like one of the kings from Lord of the Rings. This is my Lucian Thresh Senna deck. Is it any good? Yes, I think it's really good. Which is why the pinned comments will not only involve the code that I'm about to share right now, it will also include a link to the Dongers of Runeterra Discord, where you can come and join us and wax lyrical about all things LOR and Riot and the NFL and the English Football League or disco music or whatever it is that you want to get talking about. We are more than happy to join in any conversation at all. My name is Sith Holocron. Thank you so much for watching. If you like our videos, please thumbs up and or even better, subscribe, which would be fantastic. And until the next one, well, thank you very much for watching. Dongers out.